Imagine if one simple practice could shift your entire life, your mindset, your results, your peace. What if I told you transformation doesn't need to be complicated? You don't have to wait years. You don't have to fix everything overnight. You just have to speak with intention every single hour. Words carry energy, thoughts become things, and when you speak powerfully, deliberately, you activate something far greater than yourself. The universe begins to respond. Your mind aligns, your habits shift, opportunities appear. Say this every hour: everything is working out for me. I am guided, I am protected, and I am exactly where I need to be. Say it when you wake up. Say it in the shower. Say it at work. Whisper it under your breath. Say it when life feels heavy, and say it when everything is going well. This one affirmation can rewire your brain, recalibrate your energy, and realign your entire life. In 30 days, you won't even recognize the old version of you. Consistency is the key, not just belief, but repetition. Hour by hour, day by day, your words become your world. Start today, say it now, and keep saying it. Your transformation has already begun. The words we speak hold more power than we often realize. They are not just expressions of our thoughts. They are declarations that shape the world around us. Every time you say something, whether it's positive or negative, you are sending out a frequency that begins to mold your reality. Think of your words like seeds. Whatever you plant in the soil of your mind through speech will eventually grow and take form in your life. By choosing your words carefully and intentionally, you activate the law of attraction in your favor. Speaking life, abundance, peace, and success into your day, every hour, sends out signals that align your energy with those outcomes. On the contrary, when people casually say things like "I'm always broke," "nothing ever works out for me," or "I can't do this," they're not just venting frustrations, they're unconsciously reinforcing a pattern that keeps them stuck. The subconscious mind does not filter sarcasm or casual remarks. It simply accepts whatever it hears repeatedly as truth. That's why affirmations spoken aloud are so powerful. They bypass doubt and begin to create a new mental reality. Repeating the same positive statement every hour embeds a new message so deeply that your reality has no choice but to follow. Scientific studies have shown that sound is a form of energy that can influence physical matter. This concept has been demonstrated in cymatics, where sound frequencies create patterns in sand and water. Similarly, our words create energetic patterns in the field of our lives. Every "I am" statement you speak becomes a command to the universe. So when you say "I am powerful," "I am safe," or "I am abundant," you are not just making hopeful wishes. You are issuing energetic instructions that your life begins to fulfill. Spiritual traditions across the world have long known the power of the spoken word. In many sacred texts, the universe was spoken into existence. This isn't just poetic, it's a deeper truth. Words are creative forces. When you say something out loud, you give it weight, presence, and potential. That's why speaking an affirmation every hour is more than a habit. It's a tool of transformation. The more frequently you say it, the more you begin to embody it, believe it, and vibrate at its frequency. Eventually, your outer reality starts to catch up with the energetic imprint you've been sending out. This is why the phrase "everything is working out for me" can feel like magic over time. It shifts your focus from problems to possibilities. It affirms that even the chaos has purpose. It tells your mind and your spirit that you are safe, guided, and on track, even if your current circumstances haven't caught up yet. Saying it hourly is like tuning your inner instrument to the right frequency again and again until it stays there on its own. In this way, your words don't just describe your life, they begin to design it. The brain is a powerful, adaptable organ capable of extraordinary transformation, but it requires consistency to change. This is where repetition becomes a key force. When you say an affirmation repeatedly, every hour, throughout the day, you are doing more than just creating a routine. You are actively reshaping the architecture of your brain. Neuroscience calls this process neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. The more you repeat a thought, the stronger the neural pathway becomes. Over time, these pathways replace the old ones, creating new default modes of thinking and responding. Most people go through life operating on autopilot, driven by subconscious beliefs that were formed in childhood or through repeated experiences of failure, trauma, or limitation. These beliefs often sound like, "I'm not enough," "success is hard," or "I'm always struggling." But here's the truth: you didn't choose those beliefs consciously. They were installed over time through repetition. And because they were created through repetition, they can also be replaced through repetition. When you speak a new truth every hour, you are interrupting the old program and replacing it with one of your choosing. You are no longer a prisoner of your past conditioning. You are becoming the conscious author of your future self. Repetition is also powerful because it breaks the cycle of reactivity. In our busy lives, we are constantly pulled in different directions by stress, demands, and emotional triggers. If you don't ground yourself in a higher thought regularly, the mind defaults to anxiety, fear, and self-doubt. By setting a simple goal to say one empowering affirmation every hour, you create space for conscious awareness throughout your day. It becomes an anchor, something that brings you back to your center. Instead of allowing random thoughts to take over, you return again and again to your chosen belief. This practice trains your mind to stay aligned, no matter what the external chaos looks like. Furthermore, hourly repetition strengthens emotional resilience. It's one thing to say an affirmation once in the morning and forget about it. But when you remind yourself every hour, you create emotional consistency. Even if something doesn't feel true yet, the repeated affirmation plants emotional seeds. Slowly, the body begins to respond. You feel lighter. You trust more. You start to believe in your words not because your external world has changed, but because your internal state has shifted. You become emotionally attuned to the vibration of your affirmation, and eventually, your emotional baseline rises to match it. Over time, this hourly repetition becomes second nature. It rewires your internal dialogue and creates a new mental script. Imagine spending 30 days feeding your mind one powerful truth, 60 to 70 times a day. That's over 1,800 moments of mental reprogramming in a month. Most people don't even consciously think 100 positive thoughts a week. So imagine what that level of focus and repetition could do. It's not wishful thinking, it's brain science, and it proves that you don't need years to change your mindset. You just need to show up every hour with the right words and let the repetition do its quiet, powerful work. Change doesn't come from what we do once in a while. It comes from what we do consistently. Most people wait for big moments, sudden inspiration, or dramatic life events to create transformation. But the truth is, real change is built in small, repeated actions. When you decide to speak a powerful affirmation every single hour, you're not just forming a habit, you're rewiring your daily rhythm. This hourly commitment becomes a micro-habit, and these micro-habits shape the course of your days, weeks, and eventually, your entire life. A single decision, when repeated regularly, can lead to a complete identity shift. Think about how much of your day is filled with unconscious patterns, checking your phone without thinking, reacting emotionally to stress, drifting into worry, or slipping into self-doubt. These aren't conscious choices, they're habitual responses, but when you deliberately interrupt those patterns with a moment of presence, when you pause and say, "Everything is working out for me," you override the autopilot. You take control of your inner state. This simple, intentional act every hour brings you back into alignment, reminding your mind and body who is really in charge. And over time, these moments of awareness start stacking on top of each other. By creating an hourly habit of affirming your truth, you introduce a new level of structure and consciousness to your day. You are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances or mood swings. Instead, you're actively participating in your mental, emotional, and energetic alignment. It's like building spiritual and emotional muscle. Each time you show up and repeat your affirmation, you get stronger. 1 hour may seem small, but multiply that by 10 or 12 hours a day, and you've transformed your entire daily rhythm into something sacred and intentional. This momentum compounds, and that's when the shift begins to feel undeniable. Another benefit of hourly repetition is how it teaches discipline disguised as self-love. When you make a commitment to speak your truth every hour, you're practicing devotion to yourself, your future, and your higher self. You're saying, I care enough about my well-being to keep choosing alignment, no matter what's happening around me. Most people don't fall off track because of lack of desire. They fall off because they lack consistent rituals. A simple affirmation spoken every hour becomes an unshakable ritual that grounds you, refocuses you, and trains your mind to expect and accept good. Most importantly, hourly habits create a sense of momentum. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to change their lives is because progress feels slow or invisible. But when you speak life into yourself every single hour, you begin to notice subtle shifts. Your thoughts are lighter, your emotions are steadier, and your perspective starts to change. These aren't dramatic overnight changes, but they are the seeds of lasting transformation. Momentum isn't created by one big action. It's built through dozens of small, intentional steps repeated with purpose. And when your habit is aligned with truth, love, and personal power, each hour becomes a doorway to the new you. At the heart of every transformation lies a simple yet profound truth. Energy responds to intention. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every belief you carry emits a specific frequency. When that frequency is aligned with love, faith, gratitude, or empowerment, the world around you begins to shift in response. Intention acts like a spiritual magnet. It draws into your life the people, experiences, and opportunities that resonate with the vibration you're holding. When you say an affirmation like everything is working out for me, with full presence and belief every hour, you're not just repeating words, you're broadcasting a new energetic signal into the universe. Most people live reactively, responding to life's events without ever realizing they're sending mixed or unconscious signals. They want abundance but constantly affirm scarcity. They crave peace but live in mental chaos. They long for love but expect betrayal. Without realizing it, their energy and intention are out of alignment. But when you become intentional about your energy, when you consciously speak life, healing, and power into your being every hour, you shift your point of attraction. Suddenly, life begins to reflect back to you the same energy you've been putting out, but now it's focused, consistent, and pure. This is why intention carries more weight than effort alone. You can hustle for years without results if your inner frequency is rooted in fear or doubt. But when your intention is clear, consistent, and high vibration, you become like a tuning fork for miracles. Hourly affirmations amplify this clarity. They are not just reminders, they are recalibrations. Each time you speak them, you align your mind, your heart, and your spirit with what you truly desire. And because energy follows attention, the universe begins to reorganize around your new inner state. Opportunities appear, resistance falls away, you start to flow rather than force. There's also a physiological response to intention, driven repetition. When you speak words of affirmation with conviction, your nervous system relaxes, your stress levels drop, and your body begins to release chemicals aligned with well-being, like dopamine and serotonin. This creates a feedback loop between your physical body and energetic field. The more you affirm positive outcomes and align with high vibrational emotions, the more your body and brain begin to expect those outcomes as your new normal. Hour by hour, the repetition solidifies this new energetic identity, and your reality bends to match it. Your intention is like your internal compass, and every time you speak that affirmation, you're pointing it toward a future you actually want to live. You're saying, "This is where I'm headed. This is who I am becoming." The more you infuse your hourly words with genuine emotion, belief, and clarity, the faster your energy shifts. And so does the energy around you. People begin to treat you differently. Circumstances begin to unfold more smoothly. It's not magic, it's alignment. Energy doesn't lie, and it always responds to your dominant intention. When you claim that intention out loud, consistently, you step into the role of creator instead of passenger. So now, the question isn't, will this work? The question is, will you commit? Will you show up for yourself every hour with just a few seconds of intention? Will you trade doubt for discipline, fear for focus, and old stories for a new belief? The transformation you've been asking for doesn't require a miracle. It requires a moment, repeated again and again. Speak it, believe it, feel it. Say it now. Everything is working out for me. I am guided. I am protected. I am exactly where I need to be. Say it every hour, and watch how life begins to rise to meet you. The universe is already listening. Now it's your turn to speak. Your 30-day transformation starts with the next breath. Start now. Don't wait. Your future self is already thanking you.